Hello guys, Solitude Gamer here, and today I'll be talking about one of the holy grails of anime figures. Freeing is the name of the company that produces these expensive 1/4 scale bunny figures that are usually sold at least $250. These bunny girl figures are essentially the premium of anime figures. They're one of the most expensive lines of figures. Most people who collect anime figures know about this figure line. As expensive as they may be, they are usually in the $250 to $400 price range. But there is one anime figure in this figure line that sticks out and is more expensive than the rest. I call it the holy grail of bunny girl figures, and figures in general. This holy grail is a freeing Koneko bunny girl figure. I would say that if you're patient enough, you could probably sell a brand new one for about $650, though many websites list it for $1,000. It has been sold at lower than $650, but prices like that are rare, and the figures quickly get bought within a couple of days. Koneko is a character from High School DxD. I'm not a DxD fan, but I am a fan of the freeing bunny girl line, so I had to get this. But why exactly is this figure so expensive? I'm not going to say my answer is 100% correct, but from my experience of buying many anime figures over the years, I can give good reasons why. The first reason is that the Koneko bunny figure didn't have a rerun like the Rias and Akino bunny figures did. Once the Koneko bunny figures were sold out, these figures were not released again for whatever reason. That's why Rias and Akino bunny figures aren't even close to the same value as Koneko bunny figure. That explains why Koneko might be more expensive than the Rias and Akino bunny figures. But why are the other bunny figures that are sold out and not released as reruns not as expensive as Koneko? These figures can only be bought through secondhand stores, so why aren't they expensive as well? Could it be that Koneko is just that popular of a character? I just refuse to believe Koneko could be that much more popular than Rem from Re:Zero. Rem is constantly called best girl by many anime fans, and is very popular. So why is it that her bunny girl figure is usually only around $350? Rem bunny girl figures are sold out as well, and can only be bought at secondhand stores. My only explanation for this puzzling mystery is that it was just dumb luck. There probably weren't that many Koneko figures being put up on these secondhand websites at first, for whatever reason. It wasn't like the Koneko bunny figures were being sold in a limited run. It was just a standard edition. The My White bunny figure is not a freeing bunny figure and is only a 1/7 scale, but it was a figure that can only be obtained through an anime expo or through a Japanese raffle. There are probably less than 100 of these figures in the world, yet its value is not much higher than the Koneko bunny figure. The Koneko bunny figure was available for pre-order on many online stores a couple years ago. It isn't a rare figure that sold out in a limited run, so why is it expensive? It involved a lot of luck. Even though there are plenty of Koneko figures out there, lots of anime fans didn't want to put their Koneko figures for sale on online websites. With only a couple of people selling these online, most likely one person listed it at $1,000, and the few other sellers followed suit. It was just an extremely lucky situation. Lots of people deciding not to put their figures up for sale, and sellers inadvertently working together by all putting this figure up for sale at $1,000 for brand new. If there were more people willing to put their figures up at a reasonable price, or if the current sellers lowered these prices, then the value of this figure would dramatically fall. But it was just that weird situation where people just held on to their Koneko bunny figures, and current sellers refuse to lower the price. Usually, when an item is in stock for so long on websites, sellers eventually lower the price. But these sellers had such a strong resolve to not lower the price of these Koneko bunny figures no matter what. The Koneko bunny figure is not at a stable price. If at any point more and more people decide to put theirs up for sale at a reasonable price, the price of this figure will fall. I do not recommend paying for that outrageous price of $1,000. It's too much of a risk. More and more people are willing to sell their Koneko Bunny figures at reasonable prices recently. If this trend continues, this figure will no longer be seen as a holy grail of anime figures, and will just be seen as every other bunny figure. Now, however, there is a new holy grail in freeing bunny girl figures and anime figures in general. The figure that will soon surpass the Koneko Bunny figure in value is the Aqua Bunny figure. Aqua is that girl from Konosuba. The rise of this figure is even more of a mystery to me. I have really been into this hobby of collecting figures for the past year now, and I saw the rise of this figure for myself. These Aqua Bunny figures were at most selling for $350 on websites that sell secondhand figures. There were plenty of these figures being up for sale. Then, just in a matter of months, people stopped putting their Aqua figures up for sale. With sellers seeing opportunity, they began putting this Aqua Bunny figure up for sale for outrageous prices like over $5,000, and one figure was being listed at $10,000. Of course, no one would buy it at this outrageous price, but it leads to this mystique that this is some rare, highly valued figure when it really isn't. It used to be around $350 and now it's getting sold at almost $600. The lowest you can buy this for now is around $450 if you're lucky. The price is still rising like crazy. For some mysterious reason, there are less figures of these being put up for sale than the Koneko Bunny figure. So, there is no end to sight on how high the prices may be in the future. The value could come to a crash if more people are willing to put these up for sale at a reasonable price, but for some mysterious reason, people are holding on to this figure. The rise of price in this figure is even more surprising to me because the Megumin Bunny figures are being sold at $350 and there are plenty of these being sold online. Megumin is from the same show as Aqua, and I just don't see Aqua as that much more popular of a character than Megumin. Many people actually like Megumin more than Aqua. It's just one of those mysterious things you can't explain. People just don't feel like selling their Aqua Bunny figure. The Aqua Bunny figure isn't this rare figure, but for whatever reason, people just don't feel like selling it, thus leading to outrageous prices for it for now. I'm very curious to see how high the price will rise in the future. Collecting anime figures is just so weird. At any time, people could just decide not to sell a certain figure, and that price for that figure would rise so much. If more people decide to hold on to a Ren Bunny figure, I'm sure the price of that figure would rise so high as well. So, that's all I want to talk about for today. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day or night wherever you are. And please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And please comment if you found anything interesting in the video.